Down into Paschimottanasana. Let's just fold the body forward first. Taking a breath in and...
Right, walking your feet forward. Well done. Into a forward fold.
So under, getting ready to step yourself together. Exhalation. Inhalation as you lift the arms up. Namaste. I greet you in love and light and welcome to your yoga practice. Today we're going to be working with Surya Namaskara, the salute to the sun, and we're going to use it as a main pose. During our practice, we are going to explore all the joints, muscles that we need to do the salute to the sun. Also, there will be two beginners levels of sequences of salute to the sun in the practice. I won't add much of an explanation into this video, but what I will add at the bottom, there is going to be a video on the salute to the sun, why we practice, the benefits of the practice, the basic sequence of the practice. So please join me today. We're going to start, so what you need for your practice is your yoga mat, a towel, a carpet, whatever you feel that you want to do your practice on. You will also need a blanket. I'm sitting on a blanket. If you have blocks, bolsters, if you do practice yoga, then you have the tools at hand. So first get yourself seated on something. Say, I'm on my blanket, and that the spine is upright. You're going to drop your hands onto your knees, and here you're going to touch your thumb and index finger together. Just take a few nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Put an inward smile, set the intention for your practice. And as today we're working with the sun energies, it might be nice to just set the intention for the sun, thanking the sun, coming from a place of gratitude. Now start to deepen your breath. So we start to center first. Take the breath down into the diaphragmatic area. So you start to extend into the abdomen on the inhalation, and on the exhalation you draw the navel in and up. As you tune in, you listen to your rib cage. Are you expanding into your chest? Are you taking the breath all the way up and to the collarbones? So we're doing our belly, chest, our collarbones. And you're breathing out belly, chest, and collarbones. Just doing a few more rounds. The eyes are closed and you're just connecting to yourself. How does your body feel today? Starting the inner inquiry. From here, we're going to go just into 5 rounds of alternate nostril breathing. Nadi Shodhana or Analoma Viloma, whatever you want to call it. You're going to have, I'm using this hand mudra today. Of course, you could do this hand mudra, index finger never touches your forehead. This represents the ego, Peter Pointer. And we're going to breathe out through both nostrils. So my thumb is on my right and my ring finger is on my left. You start with an exhalation. You block off your right nostril and you breathe in through the left. Blocking off your left nostril, breathe in out through the right. Breathing in through the right nostril. You block off and you breathe out through the left. Now we're going to do just 4 more rounds, breathing in through the left nostril, block off and breathe out through the right. Here we start to notice the warm air leaving the nostrils. Breathe in right. Block off and you breathe out through the left. As you breathe in through the left, cool air enters. As you breathe out through the right, warm air leaves. Breathing in through the right, blocking off and breathing out through the left. 2 more to go. Breathing in, blocking off and breathing out. Breathing in through the right, block off and breathe out through the left. Breathing in through the left, block off and breathe out through the right. Breathing in through the right, block off and breathe out through the left. Dropping the hands onto the knees. Notice if the nostrils are both freely open. Right, on the next exhalation, tuck your chin to your chest, stretch out your neck. And on the inhalation, you lift up the head. On the exhalation, tucking your chin down to your chest. And on the inhalation, you lift up the head. Bring your head back down to center, turn the head from side to side. You're listening to your neck. You might not be able to turn your head this far. You might be able to turn it further, as long as you're listening to how the neck actually feels. You're following the breath, you're exhaling on the rotation. Inhale, you come back to your center. From here, bring your hands onto your shoulders and you're going to circle into the elbows. Following the breath, exhale, bring the elbows together, inhalation, open up, exhalation. Let's go the other way, inhalation, exhalation. Let's do 2 more, inhalation, exhalation, inhalation, and you exhale. Gently releasing. You're going to change your legs. Working with a gentle twist. Left hand onto right knee, you look over your back shoulder. Inhalation, come back. Exhalation, over to the other side. Inhalation and you exhalation. So we're going with the breath. Inhalation and exhalation. 1 more time. Inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation and you exhale. Inhalation, come back to center. Bringing your right hand down, left hand onto waist. Let's just come into a side bend. Inhalation and exhalation, you'll notice what we do on the exhale. Inhalation, now bring your left arm up, reach up towards the sky as if you're trying to yawn the body. Stretch your fingers, even circle your fingers. Open up the joints. Bring the left arm over to the right. Breathe in as you release it. Exhale. Breathe in, bring yourself back up. Let's go over to the second side. You're going to go over, you're going to lift up, stretch up. Breath in, exhalation, take yourself over. Breath in and exhalation as you reach over. Breath in, bring yourself all the way back up. Take your hands behind you. Open up into the chest, drop the knees. Gently lifting the head all the way up. Draw the navel in as you exhale. From here, we're going to change the legs. Go back to the front leg. So I have my right leg in front of me. If you can, bring the ankle in line with ankle. If you can't, you stay cross-legged. walking yourself forward. By the way, you don't need 2 yoga mats. I'm just so I can work on either direction. So you're going to walk yourself around to your right side, keeping with the gut. You exhale, and here you might want to wiggle the body a little bit, stretch out into the rib cage. Inhale, come back to center. Exhalation over to the second side, drop into the knee, get a lovely stretch into the right hip. Inhalation, come back to center, one more time to each side. Exhalation, stretch a little more if you want. You can come onto your fingertips. Inhalation, come back to center. Exhalation over to the second side as you stretch. Inhalation, come back. Slide your hands all the way, all the way back up. Roll the shoulders back and down, and let's change the legs over. Okay. My left leg's now in front of the ankle, coming forward. Deep breaths in, wiggle into the body, start with the hands onto the floor, flat hand if you can, take yourself over to the right. Inhalation, come back. Notice my chin is lifted, I'm not dropping the chin to my throat, so I'm working into the hips. Inhalation, come onto fingertips, last time, exhalation. Inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation, bring yourself back to center. And on the inhalation, you bring yourself up and just roll the shoulders back and down. Right from here, we're going to extend the legs out in front of us. You can be sitting lengthwise on the mat. Roll your shoulders, and here you can start by just flexing and point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Here you can also stretch your toes, you can tighten the toes, stretch the toes, curl the toes, stretch the toes and curl the toes. Circling into the ankles, you could also do the wrists at the same time. And we can go the other way around. Just warming up the joints, the little minor joints, and slowly bring yourself back to center. Right, coming down into Paschimottanasana, let's just fold the body forward first. Taking a breath in and exhale, keeping the chin lifted. Wiggle into the body as if you're trying to bring the torso towards the shins and the nose towards the big toe. On the inhalation, you're going to lift up. Let's lift the arms all the way up, stretch up towards the ceiling. And on the exhalation, you take hold of your big toes, or take hold of the ankles. The aim is to try and straighten into the legs. If you are sitting on your blanket still, like I am, you're going to feel a much deeper stretch into your hamstrings. On the next inhalation, you lift the arms up and just bring the arms, circle the hands, stretch your fingers, and lean back, open up into the chest. Just taking a few nice deep breaths, squeeze the shoulder blades together. On the next inhalation, you're going to bring yourself all the way back up. From here, we're going to open up the legs. To start with, you can release into the hip joint or the ball and socket joint. You're going to just rock into the legs. Just release all the way up into the cantilevers. Right, bringing yourself forward. If this is as far as you can go and your knees are starting to do this, rather come up, straighten into the legs, try and push the calves into the floor. You're lifting your chin, you're coming down through a flat back. You're going to walk yourself around to your right side. You're going to try and bring your chin to your big toe. You're going to try and bring your thigh and your torso together. Roll yourself around to the center on the inhalation, and on the exhalation you take yourself over to the second side. It's a big stretch into the left leg. Inhalation, you bring yourself all the way back. One more time, exhale over to the right leg. Now if you can, take your left hand, wrap it around the outside of your right foot. Maybe this is where you are. Come where you're comfortable, and if you can, you take hold of the hands, bring yourself down, stretch into the upper body, And then slowly undo, come back to your center. Over to the second side, take the right hand, left hand. If you can, interlace the fingers, retract your shoulders, straighten into the legs. This might be where you are. Stretch right into that right side. Bring yourself back to your center. And on the inhalation, roll your shoulders back and down. Now working with a form of Janushvasana, I'm now going to bring my left leg in. Here I'm just going to move so you can see me. Try and bring your foot in as close to the perineum as you can. I'm extending into my right leg, bringing myself forward. Once again, you're going to get a little nice stretch into the gracilis. Walk yourself around towards your right leg. Drop into the left knee. Taking a breath in and taking a breath out. From here, you're going to take hold of your right big toe or your ankle or your shin or your knee, wherever your level is. You're going to drop your elbow down. If you can, this might be your level. Take your left hand onto your waist and you're going to rotate. Now on the inhalation, you're going to lift the arm up. Here again, you can open and close your fingers. Bring the arm over the head. Look up to the ceiling and take a tentative breath in and out of your rib cage. It's a tentative breath. On the inhalation, you're going to bring yourself back, roll yourself all the way back to the beginning position, and come back to your center. Now extend yourself down over the left leg. This might be your level. That is perfect. Wherever your body is, don't drop the chin to the chest. Bring yourself back to your center. And on the inhalation, you're going to bring yourself up, roll the shoulders, stretch out of your neck. Let's change legs. We're going to keep with the direction of the gut, so we're going to go to the right first. So bring yourself forward, roll yourself around to your right side. You're trying to bring the thigh and the torso together. Come back to your center, reach yourself as far forward as you can. Watch the inner groin as you reach down over the left leg. Stretching into that right side of the body. If you can, take hold of your left big toe, bring the elbow down. This might be your level, that is fine. You can start on the inhale, open up the chest, tuck your chin into your throat, look upwards. Already a lovely deep stretch into the right. If you would like, inhale, lift the arm up, and here you can open and close the fingers. On the inhalation and on the exhalation, bring your arm over. Look up towards the top armpit, towards the elbow. Tentative breath into the left side of the body. Inhalation, don't collapse that top arm up. You don't have to reach the toe. Slowly you exhale. Bring yourself back to your center. Inhale as you bring yourself up. Roll the shoulders. Extend the legs once again. Just release into the knees. If you like, you can give your knees a little bit of a massage. Tap out the legs. We're going to stir the cauldron. So we're going to work, it works into the obliques, it works into the abdominals. In fact, it works into the whole of the torso. So we're going to roll. You can have your hands into Anjali Mudra, or you can use the hands to stir your pot. You're going to exhale down the right leg, reach forward. Now, as you come back, you roll back and you hold in the left side. You roll yourself forward, inhale, and you exhale as you reach forward. Inhale. Exhale, sucking the navel into spine. And we're just doing one more time to each side. Exhale, roll, inhale. Last time. exhale as you roll and you come back to center. Well done. Right, from here we're going to go onto our backs for a moment. So you can close up the legs, take a breath, and then bend the knees and roll yourself down. So we're going to roll down nice and slowly through the spine. So you're coming down one vertebra, let me get my clasp pad, one vertebra at a time. Bend the knees. Flatten your back onto the floor, and we're just going to do 3 Upanasans. Bringing the knees into your chest, you exhale. Inhalation, exhale. You'll notice I've tucked my chin to my throat, so by doing so, I'm going to flatten into my lower back. Putting my feet down close to my bottom, as I'm going to bring my big toe in ever so slightly, so the outside of my foot is in line with my yoga mat. Hands are coming down next to my sides, pushing into the arms, broadening across the chest. On the inhalation, we're going to do what they call the bridge. You'll notice my knees are not collapsing, and I'm not coming up into my highest extension yet. We're doing 5, so we've got 1 more. We've got 4 more to go. Now here, the aim is to roll up consciously through each one of the vertebrae, from the thoracics rolling down to the lumbars. So here we go up through the lumbars, up through the thoracics, tuck the chin in, and you basically come up to C7. And you roll yourself down, and you roll yourself up. It's got its own counter pose. And you roll yourself down. Let's just do 2 more because it's such a good roll. Inhale and exhale as you roll down. Last one, inhale as you lift yourself up. So now the next one we're going to do is we're going to use the right arm. So as you lift up, you're going to push into your right arm. You're going to push into your left arm. Right arm lifts up, and you exhale as you reach over. You're going to inhale, lift the arm up, broaden across the right shoulder. Exhale as you roll yourself down. Push into the right arm, you inhale, and you exhale as you lift up. Check that the pelvis feels balanced. Inhale, lift up the arm, broaden across the back. Exhale as you roll yourself all the way back down. Right from here, we are now going to just open up so open your feet mat distance apart. Arms come out to the side. You're going to exhale as you drop the legs to the right. Just take a few nice deep breaths into the left side of the body. Inhalation as you lift up. Exhalation over to the second side. So Surya Namaskara, we need to open up into the hips. Inhalation as you come up, because it has a lot to do with the hip joints. Over to the right side. Exhalation. Inhalation. You can have your palms facing up. Exhalation, so you're broadening across the upper chest. Inhalation, you're going to bring yourself all the way back up. Right from here, we're going to do a little roll up. If you cannot roll up, if you're pregnant, you go over to your left side, over to the right side. But if you're comfortable, you tuck your chin into your chest. You roll yourself, all the way up and come into a little balance. Now here, you let go of any inner struggle. You look at the point on the wall in front of you, and you let go of tension in the shoulders. Now you might go, well, I can take hold of my big toes. There is no struggle. Maybe you can lift up a little higher. No struggle. If you're wobbling, go back to one of the other previous levels. And if you can, you straighten your leg. Roll the shoulders back and down, bring the feet together. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And slowly bring your knees back. Very nice. Bring your knees into your chest. Right, we're coming into a downward facing dog. So here we haven't warmed up the legs enough yet. So plant your hands. You're going to tuck your toes under and bring yourself into downward facing dog. Now you can have your knees bent and you're just going to wiggle the body a little bit from side to side. When you start in downward dog, it often feels that your wrists will never get any stronger, but they do. Broaden across the back. You'll notice my knees are still bent. I'm focusing on stretching and lengthening into my spine. It is an inversion already. I'm looking down towards my mat, not so much towards my feet. From here, I'm going to start to walk out my legs. I'm just walking out the legs, pushing into the calves, trying to bring the heels onto the floor, spreading into the toes, pushing into the big toe, second and third toe. Right from here, doesn't matter if your heels are not on the floor. I'd like you to bend your knees. So bend the knees nice and deeply, broaden across underneath the armpits. And all you're going to do is you are going to straighten the legs, bend the knees, straighten the legs, bend the knees, straighten the legs. We're doing 2 more, but if you've had enough, have a rest. Straighten the legs, bend the knees, and straighten the legs. Right, from here we're now going to walk forward. Now this is a posture I'd like you to remember. If you cannot step your feet forward in the downward facing dog. Starting with the right foot, little baby steps forward into your forward fold. Inhalation, you can step yourself back, exhaling as you go. Now we start with the left foot, stepping forward and stepping back with the left foot. Let's do that again. Right foot steps forward, right foot steps back. Left foot steps forward. Exhale as you come towards the front. Left foot steps back. So that would be an alternative for later on in the class. If you need a break, please come out and have a break. We're holding for 3 breaths. So your break is 3 breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose, in through the nose, out through the nose, in through the nose. So if you'd like to join us again, cross your right ankle over the back of the left. You're going to pump into the calf. Inhalation, exhalation, inhalation, and exhalation. Put your right foot down. Change over to the other side. Inhalation, heart rate should be going up a little bit. Inhalation, exhalation, inhalation, and exhalation. Well done. Put your feet down and put your knees down. Rest either in a child, in a castle, or in Virasana. Roll the shoulders, stretch out your neck just in case you've created tension. So from here, we're now going to do a down dog, plank, down dog, up dog. We're going to do 4 as a 4 as a sequence of 4. And I'm going to show you, you can do the first level, the lower level first with me. So plant your hands, take yourself into downward facing dog. You're going to come through inhalation into a half plank, exhalation into down dog, inhalation into an up dog, exhalation into a down dog. You can stay on that level, but if you're fine, inhalation into your plank, exhalation into down dog, inhalation into up dog, exhalation into down dog. Inhalation into plank, exhalation into down dog, inhalation into up dog, exhalation into down dog. Inhalation into plank,
exhalation into down dog, inhalation into up dog, and exhalation into down dog. Right, walking your feet forward, well done, into a forward fold. Have your hands next to your feet if you can. If you can't, you go where you're comfortable. Now to start, often when we start rolling up and down, there might be a little bit of dizziness. So on the inhalation, I'd like you to just roll yourself up.
Coming into a Samastiti. Take a breath. Now, if that was comfortable for you, on the exhalation, you're going to roll yourself into a little forward fold. Once again, let the head hang. On the inhalation, you're going to float the arms up if you're comfortable. You can stay with the arms down. On the exhalation, you bring yourself all the way down. Inhalation, roll yourself all the way back up. Now lifting the arms, you come into a high mountain. See if you can just lift the heels off the floor. The knees are bent, the pelvis is tilted forward. And on the exhalation, put your heels down. Let your body fold down into your Uttanasana. Bend your knees a moment and straighten the legs. Bend the knees here, you're looking through your legs and just getting a completely different view of your world. Right from here, we're going to walk the right foot back into a down dog, and then just as a transition posture, put the knees down. You can pick up your blanket underneath your knees and bring yourself up into kneeling. Now flatten into the feet, onto the tops of your feet, so you stabilize. From here, we are actually going to float the right foot forward. And you can actually bring your left hand onto your right knee, and the right hand can come on top of that. Coming forward, you're going to lift yourself up into a nice deep lunge. Bring your hands onto your waist, or you stay here. All I'd like you to do is just bend your back knee and straighten the leg. Bend your back knee and straighten the leg. Bend your back knee and straighten the leg. Now bring your hands onto the floor. Get yourself, and you can, if you want to, if there's too much, put your back knee down. Either fingertips or flat hand. You're going to reach forward and reach back. Reaching forward and back. Forward and back. We're not quite finished yet. Both hands on the inside of your front foot. If you can, you turn your back foot out. If this is already too much, put your back knee down. Squeezing your elbows together. You're going to reach and touch the floor. You're going to exhale and you're going to inhale. You're going to exhale and you're going to inhale. Put your knee down. Turn your foot, right foot to face forward. Walk your right foot back. Come back to the beginning position. Take a breath. Notice the heart rate has elevated. Legs are going to demand oxygen. Bring your left foot forward. Turn your back toe under. Right hand onto knee, left hand on top. Inhale, lift yourself up, keeping yourself nice and low. Hands onto the waist or either onto the knee. Bend and stretch. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale. Bring your hands onto either side of your front foot. Get yourself comfortable. Rocking forward
and back. Inhale and exhale. You can have your knee down and exhale. Putting your knee down, you're going to turn your left foot out, hands on the inside of your feet, inside of your foot. Turn your back toe under, or you stay with the knee down. Bringing the elbows in towards the waist, touch the nose, use the in-breath to lift. Exhalation, inhalation, exhalation, and inhalation. Well done. Turn your foot to face forward, put the knee down. Take yourself all the way back. Turn lengthwise on your mat. Flatten into the tops of your feet. Roll the shoulders back and down. Well done. Let the heart rate come down. Working with our gate posture. Take your right foot out. Get your hip, your knee, your ankle bone all in a nice straight line. Tilt the pelvis forward. Hands come onto the waist. You're going to exhale over to the right. Inhale, exhale over to the left. Inhale, bring yourself back up. From here, we're going to float the arms up. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Inhale, float the left arm up. Breathe into the chest. Exhale as you reach over. Inhalation, left hand comes down. Lift the left arm up and exhale as you reach over. Inhalation, you bring yourself back up. Now turn your foot. If your foot stays down, mine doesn't, you're going to reach over. Let's come into the gate. Inhale as you lift over. Inhale, bring yourself back up. Exhale and down. Lifting up right hand on the waist, on the side. Lift up your right leg, turn the toe down. You can keep the foot on the floor. Bring the arm over the head, roll the head and look up to the ceiling. Just take a few nice deep breaths. You're resting on the back foot. Your pelvis is tilted forward. Inhalation, well done. Exhale. Bring your knees back into knee. Take out the left leg. Once again, check your alignment. Roll the shoulders back and down. Hands onto waist. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just exploring your body on the yoga mat. Take your left hand, float the arms up. Left hand comes down, right arm comes up. Stretch out of the waist. Take a lovely few deep breaths. Bring the arm over. Stretch here. Tentative breath, inhalation. Exhalation, bring your hand all the way down. Float the arm, tilt the pelvis slightly forward, and you reach. Lean back, tuck your chin into your throat and look underneath your armpit. Inhalation, you bring yourself back up. Now release, turn the foot out. Inhale, reach over, exhale. Inhale, lift up and exhale. Take a breath, tuck your chin in, look up towards the armpit. Watch you don't collapse. Inhalation. Pivot on your back heel. Hand comes down. Just lift up the leg first, turn the toe down, float the arm up. Bring the arm over the head. Look up to the ceiling and breathe. Inhalation, you're going to bring yourself all the way back up. Exhale. Turn to face the long length of your mat. After an asymmetric, let's just come back into symmetry. You can do a child posture, you can have Utthita Balasana, extended child, or you can have a castle. Just focus in on your breath. So we're now going to come up and we're going to practice the 2 lower levels of salute to the sun. So you're going to inhale, step yourself into down dog, exhale, and you can leave your blankets where they are, come into your forward fold. You're going to roll yourself all the way back up, rolling the shoulders back and down. Come into Asana Pranayama. So the first level we're going to do is we're not going to use the arms. We're going to keep the arms on the back. So to start, we always bring the hands into Anjali Mudra. Just check in with your breath. From here, you're going to bring your hands onto your waist. Just let the body come forward. You can soften the knees, drop the head. Bring the hands onto the floor. You're going to walk your right foot back, just as we practiced in our downward facing dog. Put the knees down and exhale yourself into an extended child. Wrap the hands around onto your lower back. On the next inhalation, you're going to lift yourself up, look up to the ceiling. Exhalation, you're going to bring yourself down. Inhale, float the arms forward. Come up into the half plank. Exhale into down dog. Start by walking your right foot forward. Come into a forward fold, hands onto the waist. As you roll yourself up, coming up through the center, just as we practiced when we did the bridge, look up to the ceiling. Bring your head back to center, hands into prayer. There are many different variations of alternatives to the salute to the sun. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring your hands into Anjali, hand onto your waist, fold the body forward. Take the hands onto the floor. Step your left foot, take it back, step, 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 downward facing dog. Putting your knees down onto the floor into an extended child. Wrap your hands around your lower back. On the inhalation, you're going to lift yourself up. Exhalation, you bring yourself all the way back down. Inhalation, as you float the arms forward. Coming through, exhaling yourself into a downward facing dog. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot into your forward fold. Hands come onto the waist. Roll yourself up 1 vertebra at a time. Come into your back bend and bring your hands back into prayer position. So the next one we're going to do is one that has a lunge back. All right. You could lunge back and then walk forward with your downward facing dog little movement. But we're lunging forward and back. So see what you can do. Right from here, we're using the arms as well. On the inhalation, you're going to lift up. Exhalation, come into your forward fold. Now take your right foot back. Step yourself and go back into a nice lunge. Flatten into the foot. Plant through your hands. Use the in-breath to lift the body. Exhale, take yourself into extended child. Inhalation as you lift up the arms. Exhalation as you reach all the way forward. Come through onto a half plank. Inhalation. Exhalation into a downward facing dog. Inhalation, putting your knees down, bringing your right foot forward. You're going to turn your back toe. On the next exhalation, step yourself together. Inhalation as you lift up. Exhalation, bring your hands into prayer position. Take a breath. Now we're going to do the left side. You're going to inhale as you lift the arms up. Exhalation as you come into a forward fold. Lift up, take your left foot back, put the knee down, come into a nice deep lunge. Flatten into your back foot. Use the inhalation to lift up, exhalation as you take yourself back into an extended child. Inhale as you lift the arms all the way up. Exhalation as you bring your hands down. Coming through into a half plank. Inhalation, and on the exhalation into a downward facing dog. Now thinking the left side, putting the knees down. Inhalation, you're going to bring your left foot forward. Turn the back toe under, getting ready to step yourself together. Exhalation. Inhalation as you lift the arms up. Exhalation as you come into prayer position. So now either one of these you can practice a couple of times. We are going to move on a little further. So you can keep your blanket here. I'm going to choose to move it. We are going to be working just with a sphinx, and we're going to do sphinx, cobra, bajong, and into our caterpillar. So just as a transition posture, bring yourself all the way down, bring your knees down, flatten the chest onto the floor. Right, sliding your elbows underneath your shoulders, hands are onto the floor in front of you so that your elbow and your wrist, middle finger are in line. Retract into the shoulders. Now, I'd like you to lift the kneecaps off the floor if you can. On the inhalation, you're going to look up, push into the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together and down. Exhalation, tuck your chin into your chest. Now, you might not be able to bring your head down. Inhalation, I want you to have pushing into the forearms, broadening across the upper back. It's quite a strong posture. Exhalation and down. Inhalation as you lift up. And exhalation. Now here, take the elbows out to the sides. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Working with bajong. Knees could be still lifted. It's a lovely stretch up the back of the body and also up the front of the body. The knees won't stay on the floor. Inhalation as you lift up, keeping the elbows bent. Look up to the ceiling. Exhalation, you bring yourself down. Inhalation as you lift up. Exhalation, squeeze those elbows in towards your waist. Inhalation, let's come all the way up. We're going to push up into a frog posture. You're going to open up the knees, bring the big toes, cross them as you exhale. So now we're going to do our caterpillar. You can adapt it how your body feels comfortable. Lifting up the head, you're going to take yourself into a transition posture. Let's come into a downward facing dog. So if you'd like to watch the first version, the first round, we're going to do a total of 4. So we're in our down dog. You're going to inhale as you come into your plank, putting the knees down. You're coming through into a caterpillar. Inhaling up into a cobra, exhaling into a downward facing dog. So let's do 3 rounds together. Inhalation into your plank. So yes, put the knees down. Exhalation into your caterpillar. Inhalation into cobra. Exhalation into down dog. Don't drop into the shoulders. Inhalation into plank. Put the knees down. Exhalation into caterpillar. Inhalation into cobra. Exhalation, how are we doing? Downward facing dog. Inhalation, come through into plank. Put the knees down. Exhalation into caterpillar. Inhalation as you come into cobra. Exhalation into downward facing dog. Take a breath. Walk your feet towards your hands. On the inhalation, bringing yourself all the way up. Right, well done. So now I think, bring myself towards myself, we're now going to work with the salute to the sun. We're going to do just 3 rounds together. We're going to do the first round nice and slowly, and then we're going to speed it up just a little bit. Roll the shoulders, come back into a Samasthiti. Now here you can choose to have your feet together. I choose to have my feet slightly apart. Going to start with your hands into Anjali Mudra. And here again, this is where you start connecting to the sun. Think of the energy of the sun, who created the sun, the necessity of having the sun. And then on the inhalation, you're going to lift the arms up as if you were holding the sun. On the exhalation, you're going to come into a forward fold. You're going to step your right foot back and put the knee down and look up to the sun. Coming into your plank, you can have your knees down. You come into your plank as you exhale. Putting your knees down, keeping the breath out, you come into a caterpillar. Into an inhalation, into a cobra. Exhalation, you bring yourself into down dog. Now here, if you cannot bring your right foot forward, this is where you do your little down dog shuffle, starting on the right foot. Inhale, we lift the right foot up, we put the knee down, look up. Step the exhalation, left foot comes forward. Inhalation, you lift the arms up. Exhalation, you bring your hands into prayer position. Take a breath. On the inhalation, you lift the arms up. Exhalation into a forward fold. Left foot goes back on the inhalation, put your knee down, look up. Right foot on the exhalation into a plank. Put the knees down, take yourself through into a caterpillar. Inhalation as you come up into a cobra. Exhalation into a downward facing dog. Left foot floats forward, put the knee down, look up to the sky. On the exhalation, right foot comes forward. Inhalation as you lift up. Exhalation as you bring your hands into prayer position. Take your breath. So that was the whole sequence. Right foot, Surya, left foot, Chandra. So we're balancing out the 2 nadis. Right, so let's do that on the other side. Let's do it again. Inhalation, exhalation. Right foot goes back, put the knee down, in. Plank, exhale. Knees come down, caterpillar, keep the breath out. Inhale into cobra. Exhale into down dog. Inhale, right foot comes forward, put the knee down. Left foot steps forward, exhale. Inhale as you lift up. Exhale, hands into prayer. Take a breath. On the inhalation, you lift up. Exhalation. Left leg goes back. Put your knee down. Look up to the ceiling. Right foot goes back into a plank. Put the knees down. Keep the breath out, caterpillar. Inhale into cobra. Exhale into down dog. Left foot floats forward. Put the knee down. Look up. Right foot steps forward. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands into prayer position. Take a breath. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhalation, forward fold. Right leg steps back, put the knee down, look up. Exhale into a plank. Put the knees down, through into your caterpillar. Inhale into cobra. Exhale into down dog. How are we doing? Inhale, right foot steps forward. Put the knee down, look up. Step the left foot forward into your forward fold. Inhalation, you lift up. Exhalation. Take a breath. Inhalation, lift up. Exhalation, forward fold. Inhale, left foot goes back, put the knee down, look up. Right foot goes back, exhalation, plank. Put the knees down into your caterpillar. Inhale into cobra. Exhale into downward facing dog. Left foot floats forward, put the knee down. Right foot floats forward, exhalation. Inhalation, lift up. And exhalation, hands into prayer position. Right, from here, let's come into our corpse pose for a moment. Let your body hang down, bend the knees. So after we practice sequences, it's part of your class, especially when you have done a sequence like Salute to the Sun, to just rest for a moment. Just feel, let the heart rate come down. Put that inward smile. You can settle the eyes into the back of the head. You can sigh out any tension. Because the Surya Namaskara, the sequence is actually quite detoxing. Not only of physical detoxing, it's emotional detoxing, it's stimulating into all the psychic centers of your body, into all the chakras, into the vayus, the pranic level. Just letting go of the whole of the body, the whole of the body, the whole of the body. So while you're in Shavasana, if you do want to know more about Surya Namaskara, just as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, please join me. The link will be at the bottom of this video. Right, so let's bring the arms over the head, have a wonderful stretch, wiggle if you need to, and then float the arms all the way back down. Bring your knees to your chest, take hold of your hands onto your knees and just rock from side to side. Tuck the chin in, and then you're going to roll yourself towards your right side. Bring your knees to your chest. Just stay for a few breaths. And on the next inhalation, bring yourself up into a seated position of choice. Just bring your hands back into your namaskara. Being accepting of yourself, close your eyes. Notice the breath is subtle, the breath is balanced, the body feels in balance. May gratitude and joy flood through every atom of your being. May you celebrate this day. Stand in your truth. Hari Om Tat Sat. From my heart. Namaste.